Hello everyone, my name is Lowko and welcome to another video. Today I'm gonna be answering a bunch of you guys' questions because I know you guys got questions and I decided to ask it on Twitter and on Facebook as well. If you don't follow me on those yet, I would highly recommend you do. Links are down below. So the very first question comes from David and with him like 20 others which also asked the exact same question, and it was, why do you play Zerg and when did you start playing Starcraft 2? So right when I started playing Starcraft 2 I decided to pick Zerg for one simple reason. I was watching live streams and I thought Idra was absolutely awesome. A guy that actually flew, you know, from the United States to Korea to compete and actually turn into the absolute best player in the world for a short time. And I thought that was absolutely amazing. So I was a bit of an Idra fanboy, and because, you know, they discussed it with Artosis and stuff and they mentioned that Zerg was gonna be the best race, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna be Zerg too. Now, as far as when I started playing StarCraft goes, I actually started playing StarCraft when I got access to the beta, which was the second wave of the beta in 2010 of Wings of Liberty. So that's a while ago, but yeah, that's my very first RTS that I played competitively, and that's where we are still going today. Lucas asked if I like Pokemon, and he asked if I like fire, water or plant more as my starter, and obviously guys, that can only be one answer. And that's Squirtle. Come on, like Squirtle by far the best option to go for. I haven't really played any of the newer ones though. I haven't played Pokemon I think in like 10 years or so. And honestly the reason for that is I thought that was really smart because the very first gym you come across, I know you guys will remember, had like all kinds of stone Pokemons and whatnot, and fire was pretty bad against that, and so was the plant Pokemon pretty bad at that, but Squirtle, the water Pokemon, would completely wreck Brock. And on top of that, Blastoise is also really freaking awesome. Michael asked if you could bring only one unit back from Brood War into StarCraft 2, what unit would it be? And honestly, it would be the Lurker. Thanks David Kim. Bancho asks, what are your plans for the future? And this one's pretty cool. Basically what I'm trying my very hardest for right now is to make this into like a full-time living that I can actually do. Now we're not quite there yet. And with this, by the way, I mean the whole video making and live streaming and basically being an enormous nerd. But we're on the right track. We're on the right track. I hope that if we just continue to grow like we are right now, I should be able to do this full time by the end of the year. So yeah, thank you very much for making this possible, guys. Even though we're not quite there yet, you guys are being freaking awesome. Spider-Man asked, yeah, the real Peter Parker, whether or not I've considered playing different genres of games such as FPS and adventure games. Well, if you're asking me if I'm gonna be covering Call of Duty on the channel anytime soon, I highly doubt it, because I personally don't really like those games all too much. Sometimes I do, but I'm not the biggest fan of them. But yeah, I do try and cover different genres of games that I like playing. Now, I automatically sort of steer towards the games that are competitive because I'm kind of a competitive person. So most of the time you will see me play games that have some sort of tournament scene behind it and some sort of esport really behind it. But yeah, I don't really limit myself to only RTS or to only MOBAs or to only like card games or something like that. I just play what's fun for me. You know, and with Overwatch likely going into alpha in the upcoming year, we're definitely gonna be playing a shooter as a game very soon as well. Well, I say very soon, but it could very well be like the end of the year or maybe even 2016, but hey. The last question comes from George, and George asked a really long question that had a lot of likes, so I figured I should be answering it. He asked, how do you balance school, gym, a girlfriend, your YouTube channel? I swear you should just have no spare time just from school, gym and a girlfriend, but somehow you still stream, play Heroes of the Swarm. Heroes of the Swarm? Hearthstone, Legacy of the Void, Heart of the Swarm, you still have time to edit videos and make a website. Take us through a day of the life of Lowko, and oh shoot, actually I would love to see a separate video just on your daily schedule and routine. But a verbal description for your Q&A is nice too. Now, if there's enough interest for it, I am definitely up to make a separate video. If you guys are up for that, make sure you let me know right below that like button in the comment section. Just let me know if you would like to see me cover a full day in my life. You could maybe even film it. But in short, I basically try and schedule everything that I need to do for the day before. So basically, I make a schedule, I time everything out, and I try my very hardest to complete a task from start to finish, okay? I don't do any of that half-hours thing what a lot of people do where they, you know, basically finish a task like halfway done and then they take a break and then they do a little bit more and they take another break, and I don't really do that. I just sort of sit down from start to finish and then take a slight little break. And generally what that means is that between like, you know, like 8 in the morning until noon or so, I will try my very best to do some university projects and whatnot. Then in the afternoon, I usually work onto the YouTube videos until about 3 to 4. And then afterwards, I go to the gym for an hour or two. Then after dinner, which is right between like 6 and 10 p.m., I do the live stream. Now the nice thing is that my girlfriend and me actually have pretty much the same hobbies. She also loves playing video games. So especially a lot of the Heroes of the Storm stuff that you've been seeing on the channel has basically been me leveling heroes together with her, you know? Like we've basically been playing heroes for at least a couple hours every day. And other than that, obviously during the live streams I also play the games that I cover in videos. So, you know, it basically allows me to practice and sort of like work towards the things that I want to be making videos of, and then actually, you know, execute it the day after. So for example, if I play a really awesome Starcraft 2 game on a live stream, most of the time you will see that on the YouTube channel the day or so after. But I feel like it has mostly to do with just prioritizing and actually finishing tasks from the start to the finish without really taking very many breaks and just, you know, sort of doing it. A lot of people like schedule days and then they sort of don't actually keep to that schedule. I'm not really someone like that. I will try and, you know, instead schedule some extra time so I can take a break instead of like, you know, not finishing at all. So most of the days what that means is that I will be busy between like 8 to 9 in the morning until about 10 to 11 in the evening. So all in all, I just, you know, take up a lot of time to do stuff. Now I could be rambling on about this for a very long time, to be honest, because I try and read a lot in there as well, and I try and work on self-development and stuff as well. So there's a lot of things I could be talking about that, so let me know if you're interested. And that is going to be pretty much it. Now if you don't follow me already on the social media, I would highly recommend you do. I would really appreciate it at the very least. Links are down below in the description. And other than that, I want to thank you guys all for watching. Have an amazing day, do not forget to smile, and I'll see you in the next one.